Hey there. Hello. Okay. Hi there, Recliner Detective. Hi, Deborah Vancouver Den. Hi, Easily Distracted. Jeff and let's see. Is that Jeff? Okay. Jeff and everybody that's coming in. I am going to just go to the YouTube where I can see the chat properly because this doesn't ever let me see it the right way that I should. So let me just go here and then we'll talk about this Alec Baldwin shooting, which we touched on last night, but we'll see. We have a 911 call. Actually, there's a couple of different versions, I guess. There's some edited versions and some that are a little crazier. Why is this? Okay, good. Something was good. Something is going on with my chat because it looks like I can't see my chat, like nobody's there, and then you're all here. So I don't understand what's. Let me make this a little larger because you guys are all so super tiny. Hi, Bridget. And Katrina, how are you? Okay, so let me pull this way. Now it's too big. It's driving me crazy. Okay. All right. I don't think anybody got notifications on this because I know I didn't, and I didn't put it in Twitter. Let me just do that real quick. Okay. There. And let me just put it out. Here. Oh no. Are you kidding me, Sassy? Hold on. Hold on a minute. I'm going to have to let Sassy out. Okay. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Now we've got that. The only place I didn't put that was into Slack. Going to live. Oh, about the interview with Brian. Okay, Brian Enton. You know what I'll let you do? I'll let you listen just so you have something to listen to. I'll let you listen to Brian Enton for a minute while
I chose not to report that we saw a while ago, like maybe a month ago we spotted them. There's a couple that we know about. The one that I posted is in the yard in the house behind the Laundrie's house. And I don't know if for those of you who have been following me since the beginning, there was a Twitter live that I did in the backyard behind the Laundries. And sorry, it's kind of noisy. Luis is like packing a bunch of stuff up. Anyway, there was this Twitter live I did in the neighbor's yard behind the Laundries. And that's when I first discovered one of the cameras. And the neighbor told me about it, but obviously we didn't want to report it because no one knew where Brian Laundrie was at that point. But I was like super interested in it and examining it. And it was actually kind of interesting because they were being live streamed back to police So kind of like a little nugget that I never really told anyone. So while I was looking at the camera, the police were looking at me and then called the neighbor right then, and they were like, get him out of the yard. So of course we were never going to report it though until the time was right. So there's the camera behind the house, and there's actually another camera that we found out about that's hidden, that was hidden in a like a dumpster. So it's kind of interesting. Some of you are asking, were there cameras inside the house? I have no idea about that. I would suspect no, but... Yeah, there's a few other little things too that I'll put out when the time is right, but you know, there's still like an investigation going on and everything. Nothing that crazy, but...
What did he just say? I was out getting the dog. I'm not. Yeah, I was out getting the dog. What did he just say? He said there was cameras in the backyard or something like that. Something.
So
What?
the camera behind the house, the neighbor told me that camera was put up on that Friday. So it was either Friday or Saturday. It was after the police said that Brian had disappeared. So the camera behind the house went up after police said Brian disappeared. The camera down the street that was hidden in a trash can that kind of showed the street. I think they were watching to see like if anyone drove by. That one was put up earlier in the week on Monday.
On Monday, the day he went missing.
Yeah, we're going home. We're going home to Miami tonight after Banfield. Yep.
All right.
But we're still covering the case very closely. We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens next.
Sorry, Jimmy's making noise.
Obviously, I don't know if you guys heard earlier. We had the update that the skeletal remains have now been sent from the medical examiner to an anthropologist to study to help with the cause of death. So I suspect it's going to be a while before we have a cause of death. But police did say in the interview that just aired on News Nation that we did that they think they will have a cause of death. So hopefully we'll get some answers there.
Okay. All right.
The cameras are still there from what I know. And I even felt a little weird about reporting it today. But when I interviewed police, like they already obviously knew that I knew about these cameras because of the time that I was like looking at the camera, and the police freaked out because they were live streaming it. So they knew I knew about it. But so I told them today that I was going to put it out, and they were okay with that since, you know, there's no manhunt right now.
So Brian,
yeah, the Laundries are at the house tonight. So I'm going to post the interview with police here right when I get off of this.
All right.
But the more interesting parts I thought were that the police said they never followed Brian in the Mustang to the reserve. A lot of people thought, and I kind of wondered too, did they follow him to the reserve and then not follow him in for the hike? Because in the past, when asked about it, police had said we weren't going, I think they said like tree by tree or something. So I kind of wondered like, did they follow him to the reserve and then just not follow him on foot? But we confirmed today that they never followed the Mustang from the house. They basically missed it. We don't really know the details of why or how. They said, you know, it was just early on, and there was only a certain level of surveillance they were doing at that point.
Okay,
so
we are going to go to Alec Baldwin.
that was interesting.
The reason I put Brian on is because I had to go to the dogs out. So we can do the rest of Brian.
Police said that they think it is just a coincidence that the Laundries,
okay, let me get the dog.
you know,
Hold on,
found
let me get the
Brian Laundrie's personal items that
never
led
mind.
to the remains.
All right.
They think that was just a coincidence.
Here's what we're going to do. We are going to go on. I'm doing something different tonight, okay? This live is going to go directly into another live. The next live is going to be coffee, crafts, and true crime. So I'm going to finish up with Brian on the next live. This live, I was going to do just Alec Baldwin. Then Sassy had to go outside. I didn't want you guys to just sit here in silence. So then I just said, Brian Enton's on. I'll put Brian Enton on. And then it was my mistake because I got a little wrapped up in what he was saying because I haven't listened to him at all today. But we'll finish that tonight because it's not fair to the people that came for Alec Baldwin. So let's go to Alec Baldwin, okay? Let me grab this. So we talked about this a little bit last night. The director of photography on a New Mexico film set was shot in the chest Thursday. See, and what happened is an assistant director on set handed a live weapon to Alec Baldwin. And he told the crew that the gun was cold, meaning it didn't have live rounds in it. According to the search warrant, the cast and crew were rehearsing for the movie Rust, which Baldwin is producing and co-writing at the time of the shooting. The assistant director picked up one of 3 guns on a cart, and he handed it to Baldwin, who fired the weapon, which struck Helena Hutchinson in the chest, and it struck director Joel Souza, who was standing behind Hutchinson, in the shoulder. Both of them were taken to hospitals. Hutchinson died, and Souza was released after treatment. Script supervisor calls 911, and we're going to listen to that. She asks for help and tells the dispatcher the director and a camerawoman were struck, and then she says she doesn't know if the gun was loaded with real bullets. When the dispatcher asked, the script supervisor says she ran out of the building when the shooting happened, when she heard the gunshot, and repeatedly says she doesn't know the answers to the dispatcher's questions. A male voice then takes over and answers, telling the dispatcher that they have a medic on set who's treating the 2 victims. Alex Baldwin released a statement about the shooting, saying that there are no words to convey my shock and sadness. It is not known whether charges will be filed, but let's listen to the 911 call here, which I have up. Okay, let me go to that, which is right here. Let me push this back because I was listening to it. And I'm going to mute so you don't have to worry about hearing.
Santa Fe Fire and EMS, what's the location of the emergency?
Bonanza Creek Ranch has had 2 people accidentally shot on a movie set by a prop gun. We need help immediately.
Okay.
Bonanza Creek Ranch. Come on.
Stay on the phone with me. We're going to get some help, okay? Don't hang up, okay? Hold on just 1 second.
It sounds like somebody else is calling for 2 ambulances. You better make good. Everybody should be. We need some help. Our director and our camerawoman has been shot. Are they going to take him to the road?
So was it loaded with a real bullet or one?
I cannot tell you that.
Okay.
We have 2 injuries from a movie gun shot.
Okay. We're getting them out there already. Just stay on the phone with me. Okay.
Okay. No. I'm a script supervisor.
How many people are injured?
2 that I know of. I was sitting, we were rehearsing, and it went off, and I ran out. We all ran out. They were butt doubled over, the AD and the camera woman and the director. They're clearing the road for you to come back. We're back in the town. What's it called? We're back in the western town.
Is there any serious bleeding?
I don't know. I ran out of the building. What
That's
we needed.
fine. I still have to go through these, okay? Are they completely alert?
We don't know. I can't tell.
Maybe?
Hello?
Hi. I have a protocol of questions I need to ask. If you can just answer them the best you can, okay? Are they completely alert?
Yeah, they are alert.
Okay. What part of the body was injured?
Yeah, okay. I'm not sure. I'm not in there.
Okay, that's fine. Is there more than one wound?
I think there's one on 2 individuals.
1 wound on 2 individuals? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sending the ambulance help you now. Stand line. I'll see exactly what to do next, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to tell you how to stop the bleeding. Listen carefully. Make sure we do it right.
We do have a medic on set.
Medic on set, they're already doing that?
I believe so, yeah.
Is the bleeding controlled?
Let me see if I'm allowed to get it. close as needed. Being around 33. No.
Where on the set are you guys?
Coming around to that as well. We got one laying down.
Where on the property are you guys? Like in
We're on the now. We'll have I can have a van.
A van?
To that gate one.
Okay.
It'll be gate 1. And I can see that we have a van out there, so that way we could send kind of escort you out here.
Okay. They're getting there as quick as they can. I just reassure help is on the way, okay? If you get more information or if anything gets worse in any way, call us back for further instructions.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, I know that, I think there's supposed to be one that's really, has a lot, someone screaming in it or something, but let me just go through this other thing here. So, the director of photography, Helena Hutchins, was transported to the hospital via helicopter and pronounced dead by medical personnel at the University of New Mexico Hospital. And that's according to the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office. Director Joel Souza, 48, was transported to the Christus St. Vincent's Regional Medical Center by ambulance for care. Details on his condition were not released, but then in the other one we just heard he was released. So the picture of Alec in the one before this where he's bent over, he's distraught and he's lingering in the parking lot outside of the Santa Fe Sheriff's offices after being questioned. According to investigators, it appears that the scene being filmed involved the use of a prop firearm when it was discharged. Detectives are investigating how and what type of projectile was discharged. The incident happened at about 1:50 p.m. local time. Rust is a Western film set in the 1880s that stars Baldwin, Travis Fimmel, and Jensen Ackles. Story is about a 13-year-old boy who goes on the run with his long-estranged grandfather after he's sentenced to hang for the accidental killing of a local rancher. Sheriff's Office said the investigation remains open and active and no charges have been filed yet. Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office spokesperson Juan Rios said that a search warrant was granted for the property where the movie was being filmed and authorities will be carefully combing it over this weekend. This is not the first time something like this has happened. When filming the movie The Crow in 1993, actor Brandon Lee, the son of Bruce Lee, was killed when struck by a bullet from a gun that was supposed to have just blanks but had a bullet lodged in the barrel. Even blanks can be deadly if fired at very close range. In 1984, actor John Eric Hexum was playing around with a gun on the set of Cover Up, Golden Opportunity, and died after putting the gun to his head and pulling the trigger. They all contain a charge, a powder that creates the noise and the explosive. The visual blast, and usually it's some kind of wire or something that explodes out of the weapon when it's fired, says former police chief Daniel Oates of Miami Beach and Aurora, Colorado. These weapons can be very, very dangerous. Let's see here. Agents for Hutchins said in a statement on Friday that the cinematographer was a rising star of the craft who was relentlessly cheerful and optimistic. That's Helena. Right there. Helena Hutchins was a ray of light, always smiling, always hopeful. According to the statement, she decided early on she would take the craft of cinematography by storm, and the last couple of years proved she was well on her way. Her talent was immense, only surpassed by the love she had for her family. All those in her orbit knew that she knew what was coming, a star director of photography who would be a force to be reckoned with. Francis Fisher, who stars in the movie, tweeted overnight that Souza was out of the hospital. His spokesperson confirmed the news Friday in an email to NBC News. The Santa Fe, New Mexican reported that Baldwin was seen Thursday outside the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office in tears. In one photo, the actor is seen bending over by the curbside, and in another, he's speaking on his phone. In his first comments about the prop gun shooting, Baldwin on Friday said he was in contact with Hutchins' family. There are no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding the tragic accident that took the life of Helena Hutchins, a wife, mother, and deeply admired colleague of ours, Baldwin tweeted. He added, I'm fully cooperating with the police investigation to address how this tragedy occurred, and I'm in touch with her husband, offering my support to him and his family. My heart is broken for her husband, their son, and all who knew and loved Helena. No charges, again, have been filed. The sheriff's office saying that deputies were dispatched after a 911 call, and they're thoroughly investigating everything over the weekend. Let's see. The local 44 has confirmed that the props, set, decoration, special effects, and construction departments were staffed by New Mexico crew members. There were no local 44 members on the call sheet. On behalf of the local 44's officers, executive board, and staff, our thoughts and prayers go out to the Helena and her family. We also send good thoughts to Joel and his family for a full recovery. Hutchins was originally from the Ukraine. She grew up on a Soviet military base in the Arctic Circle surrounded by reindeer and nuclear submarines. Before graduating from the American Film Institute in Los Angeles, she studied journalism in Ukraine and worked as an investigative journalist with British documentary productions in Europe. On her Instagram account, she describes herself as a restless dreamer and an adrenaline junkie. Recent posts, including a group shot of the cast and crew on the set of Rust in New Mexico. Another post shows a video of Hutchins riding a horse along with a caption, "One of the perks of shooting a Western is you get to ride horses on your day off." She worked as director of photography on the 2020 action film Arch Enemy, starring Joe Manganiello. I'm so sad about losing Helena and so infuriated that this could happen on a set, said the Arch Enemy director Adam Egypt Mortimer on Twitter. She was a brilliant talent who was absolutely committed to art and to film. I'm lucky to have known her and to have worked with her, he said. Let's see. On Thursday, Baldwin posted a picture of himself on Instagram in costume, along with what appeared to be a fake wound on his stomach. The post, which has since been deleted, was captioned, back to in person at the office. Blimey, it's exhausting. Baldwin has teamed up as a producer previously with Souza on the 2019 film Crown Vic, which starred Thomas Jane as a veteran Los Angeles police officer on the hunt for two violent bank robbers. Hollywood weapons expert Larry Zanoff said that when firearms are used as props in television and movie industry, only blank cartridges that do not hold bullets are allowed on the set. Even so, there is a minimum safety distance of 20 feet in front of the muzzle, because even with the blank, smoke and burning embers can get propelled out of the gun. There should be nothing in front of it when filming is occurring with firearms. The weapons should also be inspected before and after each scene, and there should be a safety briefing as part of the protocol. We have a series of guidelines in the industry that govern the use of blank firearms and ammunition on set. So my question is, of course, firstly, was that protocol followed? In 1993, the Crow actor Brandon Lee died in a filming accident after he was shot with a prop gun. The son of the martial arts film icon Bruce Lee was only 28 years old. verified account for Brandon Lee, which is run by his sister, Shannon Lee, according to the bio, tweeted late Thursday that our hearts go out to Hutchins and Sousa's family and all involved in the incident. No one should ever be killed by a gun on a film set, period, the account tweeted. In 1984, the actor John Eric Hexum died playing Russian roulette with a stage pistol loaded with blank and empty cartridges on the set of Cover Up TV series. So let me just see one thing here. That's what she said. One of the perks of shooting a Western is you get to ride horses on your day off. And that was 3 days ago. See how life can change in an instant? It's so crazy. So crazy. So sad. So, there were 2 misfires on the same Rust set last Saturday. Oh, really? Benton says everyone that is responsible for handling the weapons should be held responsible. Tragic. Just, it's really... Standing in high solidarity with crew here in New Mexico on Rust. That was 3 days ago. 3 days ago. And Alec put, I am in touch with her husband, offering my support to him and his family. My heart is broken for her husband, their son, and all who knew and loved Helena. And there are no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding the tragic accident that took the life of Helena Hutchins, a wife, mother, and deeply admired colleague of ours. I'm fully cooperating with the police investigation to address how this tragedy occurred, and that was the rest of that. Hi, Heather. You're just saying hi. Crew left to avoid all of this. It may be sabotage. What do you mean? And Cheever said, unfortunately, I have to run. I will be listening. Yeah, we're going to be... we're going to be running... What is What is White Rabbit about? Wasn't White Rabbit here with a bunch of crap the last time? What are you talking about? White Rabbit. What the freak? Hi, Allie. Margot. Does anybody have anything else that about this that you think it's important to go over? Here's what's going to happen, and we're going to see how it's going to work. It's the first time I'm ever doing it. What time is it? At 12:15, what's supposed to happen is that it's going to direct you right to the next live, which is going to be the coffee, crime, and crafts. I've never done this before, so I don't know if it's how it's going to work out. Because I don't know whether I've got to go start it up. I don't know what I do. I'm totally lost about what I do on that. Okay, thank you, Crafton. Kim, thank you. So I hope that it will go okay. And then we're going to go over there and do, we'll listen to Brian Enton and then go over what other true crime stuff that's going on. And then you guys can call in, and you can call in with not craft questions, true crime questions. You know, if I don't know if 10th Angel is here. 10th Angel, if you're ever ready to talk about what happened to you in the bathroom, with all the, yeah, if those of you who have not heard what happened to 10th Angel, because it's really a true crime in the bathroom. I'm not being funny. I mean, it sounds like maybe you think I'm trying to be funny. I'm not being funny. It was a really, really bad thing that happened. I think it was in the early 90s. Horrendous in New Jersey. And she's told the story before. And Davida had never, I don't think Davida had, was it Davida that had never heard the story? And she was going to come on, but she had a really bad cough. But 10th Angel, if you can hear me and you're able to tell that story, thanks, LMW, then I would appreciate if you would come on and tell it to us on our true crime. But if you have like a true crime story, something you've been through, or if you want to ask questions about anything, it doesn't have to be case that we're currently discussing, then we can do it in the next one, or you can come on and do crafts and all that good stuff. Okay, trying to think. Let's see. Nana Patty hasn't heard the story either? Wow, yeah. I know it sounds like I'm making a joke, like what happened to you in the bathroom, but no, and I don't want to say too much because it took my breath away when she said this thing, and because it was just crazy. You lived through tonight? What happened? Hey, Heather. How's everything going? The move and everything? So it's 12:12. In 3 minutes, this is supposed to direct us to the other live. I don't know how that works. I really don't know how that works. Okay, thank you, Crafton and Kim. You have not heard 10th Angel's story. Oh, yeah, you haven't heard it either? I really hope she can come on and then tell it. You're doing good? That's good. We were super slammed at the restaurant, and my anxiety was getting out, was playing up about it. Oh, gosh. With getting out was playing, oh, I see. Oh, I'm glad everything went okay. You got a job paying $70 an hour. Good. Great. We need the animated recreation of what happened. What are you talking about with the shooting? Jen. Oh, thank you, Jen. So let's see. We're going to go to the other one. We're going to be able to kick back a little bit. But I think I'm trying to see if it says it's supposed to direct you. But that's from YouTube. See, and I'm using Streamlabs. So I don't know whether I just... let me see. At 12:15, I'm just going to fire up the next live and see what happens. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, it's not really very, it says, I was so afraid because it doesn't look very red. It's not a very red. It's really not red at all. It's not red at all. It's called, what did I tell you? It's called Cocoa Red. It's not red at all, really. One minute? Okay. Because I think if I end this, thank you, Scooter, it'll start it. I don't know when it directs you. I know. Don't worry. We're going to the next one, honey. This was a short one just to talk about Alec Baldwin. And now we're going to go to the long one. Oh, it's open now? Okay, so let me see. Nobody got a direction, though. I think, wait, it's 12:14. We have to wait till 12:15. Because it's not, that one's going to start at 12:15. Thank you, Benton. I'm sorry, I get names wrong all the time. Benton, thank you. Okay, 12:15. Now here's what I'm going to do. Let me see if I can, just stay right there. Don't move anything. I'm going to see if I can go in. And what's going to happen if I just click on it in Stream and say go live, confirm and go live, and it says I can't do it because, see, I'm running a live, so I've got to shut the other live. But hopefully it's going to direct you, right? That's what we're going to say, it's going to direct you. Let's see if it will direct you. Hold on. I'm going to see. I'm going to end the stream. You will no longer